All right. So yeah, let's get started. So I'll share my screen so I can all see. Okay. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? You can. Alright, nice. Okay. Okay. So that's nice. So during this session, if you have any question, you can put it in. You can mention it in the chat. So just if you have any question, mention it in the chat, and the facilitators of this program will answer you. I will answer you. So I want to welcome you all to the Blockchain OAU Bootcamp Zero Information Session. So this is a program that is organized by Blockchain OAU. My name, as I earlier mentioned, if you're not here before, my name is Nancy Ifebo. And I'll be introducing the whole program to you. So let's dive right in. Okay. So what is Blockchain OAU Dev Bootcamp? So the short form is BCOAU. So what is it about exactly? So the BCOAU Dev Bootcamp is an open, free, and self-paced program to train Web 2 and Web 3 developers, and it is supported by Blockchain OAU. So that is what there is to it. It's as simple as that. So what you are here to do is to learn how to become a Web 2 or a Web 3 developer. It's open, meaning anybody can join anytime. And if you notice, there was no sign up link or anything, so it's open for everyone. It's free and it's self-paced, meaning you can take the program at your own pace. Right? So you don't have to rush and learn things that at the end of the day you won't be able to use. So what's the aim of the program? The aim of the program is to enable learners to become competent Web 2 and Web 3 developers at the end of the day. Right? So we want to allow you to be able to know how to be a Web 2 developer or how to be a Web 3 developer. So with all this talk, let's dive into what was actually Web 2 and Web 3. So what was Web 1, Web 2, and Web 3? So the first up is Web 1. So what is Web 1? So Web 1 is known as the read-only web. It's a form of the World Wide Web that allows you to only read information. It was introduced by Tim Berners-Lee and existed between 1990 and 2004. So that's just what Web 1 is. So basically, if you know, we all know Wikipedia. Can someone tell me what Wikipedia is for? Like, you can just say it in the chat. I'm looking at the chat now. So just tell me, what do you do on Wikipedia? Just type it in the messages. Or can't we type? Blessing, can they type? Okay. So what do you do on Wikipedia? Okay. Yeah, I see your hi. So what do you do on Wikipedia? Like, do you read articles? Do you just like, what's the main function of Wikipedia? Is it to read or do what exactly? Okay, hi. Yeah, I can see it. So what do you do on Wikipedia? You can just type what you do exactly on Wikipedia here. Wow. Okay. Let's just move forward, since we don't have like much time, and we want you guys to be able to participate and ask questions. So if you picture Wikipedia, right? Wikipedia only allows you read information. So what you can do on Wikipedia is that you can go on Wikipedia and you only read information on different things. Like one thing I love doing is when I'm watching a movie, I can just go on Wikipedia and search, okay, who are the casts of this movie. So I love doing that. So that's a form of Web 1. So the Web 1 in the World Wide Web, in the form of Web 1, that is the World Wide Web that existed between 1990 and 2004. You could only read stuff. So imagine the full internet now that you can access on your Chrome now was just like Wikipedia, where you can only read. You can't do any other thing. You just open the website and read. Or it was like all these blog websites that you just read and you can't post. You can't change anything. You can't upload your data. You can't do any other thing. Just read it. So that's how Web 1 was, and it was introduced by Tim Berners-Lee. You should know Tim Berners-Lee. He introduced HTML. So that's what is Web 1. So moving on, Web 2. So what is Web 2? So Web 2 is known as the read write web. It's a form of the World Wide Web that allows users to create content and access them and it has existed from 2004 to date. It is the internet we all know today. So Web 2. So the internet you use on your phone today, the internet you access on your Google Chrome or Firefox, that's Web 2. That is basically Web 2. So the added capability of Web 2, that the way it improved Web 1 was that you can not just read now, you can also write, meaning you can save your data online. So think about Facebook, for instance. Think about Facebook. On Facebook, you can create an account, right? You create an account, and when you create an account, you can start posting stories, post stuff, right? And you can communicate with your friends. So that is you saving your data on the internet. So you are basically writing your data on the internet, right? So for you to be able to it gives you the ability to be able to save your data on the internet, so that you can go back and see that, okay, these are the former posts I made at that time. With Web 1, you could not do that. You can only just read what has been put there. So you can't update it, you can't delete stuff, you can't put stuff up there, right? So that's it. So one focus of Web 2 now was user generated content, right? And so this has existed since 2004 up to date, and that is the internet we're all familiar with, right? So that's just the internet we're familiar with. And so let's move on to Web 3. So what's Web 3? Web 3 is known as the read, write, and own web. So it's a form of the World Wide Web that allows users to own the content they generate. It was first introduced by Gavin Wood, a co-founder of Ethereum, in 2014. So if you don't know what Ethereum is like blockchain like Bitcoin. So the word Web 3 was first introduced by Gavin Wood, and this form of the World Wide Web allows us to not only to be able to read and write, but allows us to also own the data we put online, right? It allows us to also own the data we put online. So if you think about it's not like it's a progression basically. With Web 1, you're able to read. With Web 2, you can read and write. With Web 3, you can read, write, and own. So think about it now. So with Wikipedia, you can just read. With Facebook, you can read and you can write, meaning you can read the data on Facebook, and you can also upload your own data, your own pictures and all. So that's what Web 2 is. So you have user generated content there. Now with Web 3, what it means is that the data you upload, you can also own it, right? Now if you think about it, moving on from Facebook, let's think about a game. For a simple game now, in the Web 2 scenario, if you're thinking about a game allows you to like you play the game. As you are playing the game, you are earning different points, scores, maybe machinery and weapons and all. At the end of the day, you will find out that actual company that is running that game for you, that is hosting the game and all, they can actually leave, right? They can just leave, go bankrupt or whatever, and your data just disappears, and you can't do anything about it. So it means that the data you upload there, your user generated content, your scores, your points, your weapons and all that you initially generated when you were playing that game, is actually owned by them, because they can disappear with it and you can't do anything, or they can even lock you out of your account and you can't do anything about that. Yeah. No, I'm doing screen recording, don't worry. I'm screen recording everything. Yeah. So moving on to Web 3. Now if you think about our game, it now means that the weapons you generate, your score, your points and all, everything that you have generated in that game are owned by you. So it means that even if the platform goes offline, you will still own that content, right? You still own everything, and you can move them away from that game space. And that was what things if you have heard of NFTs, non-fungible tokens, that's what those are kind of the possibilities that they have introduced for us with Web3. So you read, you write, and you also own your data. Right, and you can take your data anywhere you want, since it's yours actually. So that's it about Web 1, Web 2, and Web 3. So let's get into the program and let's see what the program is all about. So the bootcamp has two tracks, Web 2 and Web 3. Right, it has two main tracks, Web 2 and Web 3. If you have any question during this program, you can just type it in the chat and people will be ready to answer you. Just type it in the chat and don't worry, people will answer you. If we can't get an answer for your question, when by the time I'm done, we'll also answer it. So Web 2 and Web 3 are the two main tracks for this bootcamp. And so who is a Web 2 developer? Right, and so we're going to dive into everything. So who is a Web 2 developer? A Web 2 developer knows how to build websites and infrastructure that help internet companies run. Web 2 development is divided into front end and back end. So Web 2. So we have already told you that Web 2 is your present internet. the websites you see currently, Facebook, Twitter, everything is Web 2. Right, it's Web 2. Since you can generate your own content on those platforms, you can sign in, post, do whatever you like on those platforms. So everything is Web 2. Now, Web 2 developers are people that are able to build those platforms. They can build the websites, and they can also build infrastructure that help those websites function. And we have said that they vary to two categories: the front end and the back end. So the front end developer, and you must have heard of these terms before. Even if you have not heard of it, it's fine. So the front-end developer helps build the user interface. So when you sign into Facebook, the sign-in buttons that you see, the sign-in form that you see, and everything you see there, right? Everything you see when you want to sign into Facebook or sign into any platform, that is what the front-end developer builds. He makes it look alright, it makes it look cool so that you can interact with it well. So that's what the front-end developer does. Everything you see there is what he does. Now, the back-end developer builds the infrastructure that helps store and manage user content. Like we've already established, Web 2 deals with user-generated content. Now, unlike Web 1, where you could only see stuff and read and you could not do any other thing, right? With Web 2, you can also update and put up your data. So now when you put up your data, it has to be stored somewhere, it has to be managed, so you can basically update it, save it, and also delete it, right? So the person that handles the backend the infrastructure that helps manage your data, right? The person that builds the infrastructure that helps manage your data is the backend developer. So when let's say you create an account on Facebook, is one that helps you store your account, and the one that helps you retrieve your account whenever you need it. So the front-end developer just helps to build the user interface you see anytime you're interacting with Facebook and other platforms. So that's what the front-end developer and the back-end developer do. So if I'm too fast or it sounds like I'm rapping, you can just say it in the comment section, and I'll be told to maybe slow down, because I've heard people complain that I might be talking too fast. So that's it about a Web 2 developer. And so for the Web 2 track, what skills do you need for the Web 2 track? You don't need any skill. You can come just as you are. You don't need any skill. Come as you are, right? So you don't need to know how to code. Just come and we are ready to help you. So basically you don't need any skills. But that's the skill you need for Web 2, or is no skill. Alright, so resources needed to succeed in the Web 2 track. One, you need a laptop, you need internet, you need consistency, you need perseverance, and you need time. Right, so that's just it. In the WhatsApp chat, I was seeing people ask if they need a laptop. The truth is that if you want to go far, right? If you want to go far, you need a laptop. You can start. There are different softwares that exist on Play Store that you can find, and they will help you get started with HTML, CSS, and all. Right, so if you get started with all those ones, but when you actually want to start building for users and you want to start building for clients, you really need a laptop so you can learn JavaScript and you'll be fast with your learning. So you can start now with your phone, but have it in mind that you have to get a laptop, right? You have to get it. It's very necessary. Now you also need internet. I didn't to tell you that, but you definitely need internet. You need to be consistent. Right, you need consistency. Even if it's 2 hours a day you want to dedicate, it's fine. Dedicate your 2 hours. Just make sure you dedicate your 2 hours every single day. You need to be consistent. You need perseverance. There are bugs. When I say bugs, there are errors that occur when you run your code, right? And you need to persevere. And you need to endure so that you solve all those bugs. Of course, there are some people that might be like, okay, I've seen this, I encountered the bug and I'm tired of this whole coding stuff. You really need to persevere. That's what I'm saying. That's basically what I'm saying here. And you need time. You really need time. Like I said before, if you want to commit 2 hours every day to Web 2, it's fine. There's no one rushing you. Do it at your own pace. Like we said, it's safe pace. Just make sure that you are consistent enough, right? So that's the resources you need to succeed, right? So general Web 2 track information. So this is how the Web 2 track will go. By the end, you will learn how to build websites and cool user interfaces. So that means we'll be concentrating mainly on the front end part of being a web developer. It is self-paced, meaning you can take it at your own pace. Then the duration is um 3 months, right? Basically it's 6 months actually. It span its period of 6 months, but the first 3 months you would learn about HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Then the next 3 months would be on front end libraries like React, right? Because those are really the core. When you actually want to do a project for a client, or when a company wants to employ you, they actually want to know that you know React and all those React and other front end technologies, right? And things like TypeScript and whatever. So that's how long it will last. Then you're able to build websites on your own and apply for front end roles. So at the end of this whole program, you're able to build websites on your own and apply for front end roles. And we'll be having a class every weekend. Like I said, you should note something. This program is not coming to teach you every week. It's not like we're coming here to teach you every week of the day. We only have classes every weekend. The rest of the week is up to you. You can do whatever you want with it. You can commit 2 hours a day. You can say, okay, for this week I want to commit 10 hours. But I already told you, you need time. You really need time to do this thing, and you need to persevere, and you need consistency. Just being consistent will go a long way to help you. Now we'll mainly be using we have a curriculum for you, which I'll show you now, and we'll be using Free Code Camp, right? So so this is the web 2. Let it load. So it's loading, but this is the web 2 track. So this is the web 2 track. You can see my screen, right? So this is the web 2 track, and we'll be sharing this link and also the slides later. I can post this link right now in the chat. I can post this in the chat. So all right. So this is the web 2 track, and we'll share this link with you later on, so you can see. We are going to teach you introduction to the web, HTML, CSS, about grids, flex, and also JavaScript, because JavaScript is really important. I'll also be teaching you how to manipulate the DOM, right, and also object-oriented programming using in terms of JavaScript, right, and also functional programming. Right, so this is a part of JavaScript that deals with functional programming. Yeah, so that's it about the web 2 track, and it's a lot actually, but being consistent will go a long way to help you. Yeah, so first off, we are using Free Code Camp. Free Code Camp is the resource that we want to use for this program. Now, one thing you can do for yourself right now is immediately after this program, not necessarily immediately, but between now and next week, because the first weekend classes start next week. But immediately after this program, the bootcamp has started. Like I said, it's self-paced. It's on you. You are the one that will decide whenever you want to do it. So the way it will work is that we are recommending that you start here. Latson, you can help post the link of this. You can help post this link in the group. If you don't have it, I can send it. So I'm recommending that immediately after this program, you start here. Start learning about responsive web design. So if you don't know anything about it, like I said, you don't need any skill. You start with HTML. You learn how to build a simple project using HTML. In the process of building the project, you'll be learning about HTML, and from there you will learn about CSS and all other things. So what we do is during the weekend, we'll just come and teach you about a particular aspect of the topic that you were supposed to learn the previous week. Right, so that's what we do. But it's all on you, right? And you need time, consistency, perseverance, internet, and a laptop. So that's it. And so let's move on to web 3. Okay. So who is a web 3 developer? A web 3 developer knows how to build decentralized applications, dApps. So dApps are websites that run on smart contracts. So what is a dApp? So a dApp is a decentralized application. The difference between a dApp and a normal web application like Facebook is that with a dApp is like when you want to use a dApp, it's basically a website. The only difference is that website does not communicate with the backend. Like I told you before, the backend stores the user generated content. Now a dApp instead will communicate with a smart contract that runs on a blockchain. So that's the difference between a dApp and your normal web application, right? So that's the way it works. And as a Web3 developer, you will learn. Web3 developers know how to build decentralized applications, that is dApps, websites that run on smart contracts. Well, sorry, that language is misused. Websites that communicate with smart contracts. They don't actually run on smart contracts. Sorry, this is wrong. They don't actually run on smart contracts. So Web3 developers can build websites just like Web2 developers, and they also enable these websites communicate with smart contracts. Now, so that's what Web3 developers do. A Web3 developer is like a step above a Web2 developer. Now, they may also be able to write smart contracts. Now, this may is the reason why I said they may is that there are some people that are in the Web3 space that can build front ends, and they can use those front ends to communicate with smart contracts, right? Now, I can't say they are not Web3 developers, because they're actually building a part of the decentralized application, right? So you can still classify them as Web3 developers, right? It's just like saying they are building the front end of the dApp, while the people that actually write the smart contracts are building the back end of the dApp. So you can say it like that. But most Web3 developers actually know how to build both the front end and also build the smart contracts. But there are also those that only write smart contracts, and there are those that only work on the front end. Alright, so there's that. But for this course, don't worry, we'll be going through both smart contracts and front and building interfaces, right? Websites that communicate with smart contracts. So we're going through the two. Yeah, so there's that. So that's what a Web3 developer does. And if you have any question, please ask in the chat. We're ready to answer any of your questions. So that's it about a Web3 developer. So skills needed for Web3 track. Now, these are the skills needed for Web3 track. Basically, you need Web2 skills. You must be able to build websites. Before you can join the Web3 track, you must be able to build websites. Right? You must understand HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and front-end libraries like React. Right? So that's the skill you need before you will be able to join the Web3 track. Now, I'm not saying that we are going to flog you or drive you away if you are joining the Web3 track and you don't have these skills. Right? That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that in order for you to succeed in the Web3 track, you need these. In order for you to succeed in the Web3 track, you need these skills. And so that is just it. And so resources needed to succeed in the Web3 track, they are the same resources that you need in the Web3 track. There's no difference. You need a laptop, you need internet, you need consistency, you need perseverance, and you need time. Time is very important, and perseverance is very important. The Web3 space moves very, very fast, and you have to keep up with the new innovations, developments that are happening in this space. So you definitely need time, you need consistency, you need perseverance, you need a laptop, and you need internet. Now, I don't know how you want to do Web3 development without a laptop, but I feel if you're a Web2 developer and you have those skills, there's no way you won't have a laptop, and you will also be ready to start as a Web3 developer. So there's that. Yeah. So let's move ahead. On general Web3 track information. So at the end of this program, you will learn how to write smart contracts. Right? You will learn how to interact with contracts from your web interface. So that's this. It is self-paced, meaning you can take it at your own pace. Then there will be a class every weekend. Now this program is not a program where like I already mentioned, we are not going to teach you every week. We are not going to monitor you. What we are coming to do is we are going to be a guide for you. We are going to be here to answer any of your questions. If you have any question on anything at all, you are doing a project, anything, you have a question on Web3, whether Web3 is not necessary at all, we will answer it. Just ask us in the WhatsApp group. We are going to answer any of your questions. Now, immediately after this information session, the bootcamp has started. I need to reiterate it. The bootcamp has actually started immediately after this information session. You can start immediately by going to Learn Web3 DAO. So Learn Web3 DAO. This is Learn Web3 DAO. So the URL is learnweb3.io. Right. So you can actually start by coming to this place. So when you get here, you scroll down and you start from the beginning, freshman. Exactly. So you start from here, and it will tell you intro to programming, what is the blockchain, what does Web3 mean, what is Ethereum, how to set up a mix ID and all those stuff. So by the end of this program, you should have gotten here, which is the senior category. So you'll be able to do a lot of hacky stuff and all that stuff using smart contracts. And we also have a curriculum. So immediately after this program, you should come to learnweb3.io and begin your classes. Right, just start. It's safe place, like I mentioned. It's free, it's open, but it's all on you. We are not forcing you to do anything. We just hold classes for you, and we're here to guide you every step of the way. Just ask your questions and we'll answer it. And even if one, and you should know that there are people that in the group are not necessarily tutors, but they have the knowledge, right? And if you ask a question, they will definitely answer you. So just ask any question you want. So there's that, and we also have a curriculum. So there's a curriculum. We also have a curriculum here, and the curriculum is we'll be sharing it in the group also. Latson, please, can you share this? So this is the curriculum. We're going to start with introduction to solidity. You have different instructors. We're going to start with introduction to solidity, building your first DApp. You're going to build your own cryptocurrency, build a simple NFT, introduction to React next, all the way down to meta transactions and upgradable smart contracts. Alright, so that's what we're going to be doing for you. I hope you are excited. So there's that. Let's move on. I think we're almost done with the slides, so that was quite fast. So the next one is resources. So for these learning materials, we have a GitHub repo for you. Where is our GitHub repo? So this is the GitHub repo. I don't think Lassan has this link, so I'll just share it here.
Sorry, are you sharing something?
Yeah, I am. Can't you see my screen?
No, I can't see your screen.
Can anyone else see my screen?
Yeah, I can see. You can see your screen. You can see.
Alright, that's great. So I think almost everyone can see my screen. Maybe you can leave and join again. So there's I was talking about the learning materials. So we have a link where you can see different learning materials for both Web 2 and Web 3. So for Web 2 we have like this short list on free code camp, JavaScript 30, derivative schools, HTML crash course, Flexbox for the MDN. Right, so these are different resources you can use in Web 2, but for now we're concentrating on free code camp because it's a resource that we know that alright, if we tell you to learn on free code camp, by the time you are learning, we'll be ready to answer any questions that you have, and it's the same course we'll be using for the weekend classes, and we also have people that are already like ahead of you and that can answer the questions that you might have while you are learning on your own. Like, I really need to treat it. This program is you are learning it on your own, so it's so it's self-paced, right? And so there's also the Web3 there's also the Web3 part. Sorry if the Web3 part looks bigger than Web2. We're still trying to gather resources for Web2. So there's Learn Web3 DAO, ED Blocks, Academy Investing, Node Guidance, Crypto Zombies. I love Crypto Zombies. So it's by example. That one is also cool. There's also Web3 Bridge, Mastering Ethereum, and the official Ethereum website. So all that is very, very good for you. And I've already shared the link in the chat. You can check it out. So that is mostly about the learning materials. Now we are accepting contributions. Like if you feel that there's a particular learning material that you know is very, very good and is not here, we want your PRO. Send in your PRO. Maybe it can be your first open source PRO. Just send it in with a description of that particular learning material, a link to the resource, and shall send your PRO. Yeah, we want it. Please send in your PRO. And so let's move ahead. So the curriculums, I think they're already in the chat for Web 2 and Web 3 are also important. Then you should note that WhatsApp is a really, really good tool. Because the group is on WhatsApp. If you have any question whatsoever, please send it to the group. We're ready to listen and to answer your questions. Any questions, send it to the group. The group is a really, really good place for us to like communicate during the week, and on weekends we'll have that class, right? That will also help to put us on track. Then there's free code camp like for Web 2. Then there's Learn Web 3 DAO for Web 3. Then there's Twitter. The reason why I added Twitter there was mainly to build your like to build your reputation, because as you are learning, you're also supposed to let other people know that you are learning. And like what it does is that it lets people know that okay, this person is actually a Web 2 developer, or he's learning how to become a Web 2 developer, or he's a Web 3 developer, or learning how to become a Web 3 developer. So they will to know that okay, maybe if there's any role or whatever, I can point you if there's any client that someone has seen, so like someone, let's say someone knows you on Twitter, right, and he has seen you, and there's a particular client that might need your service, you can direct the person to you. Apart from that, I think I've heard that companies actually check Twitter profiles and also in Web 3. So for Web 3, Twitter is very important. Like Twitter is where Twitter is where everything goes down. People are always talking about different things on Twitter, and if you want any latest information, it will be on Twitter. Right, the Facebook posted on Twitter before it comes out. Right, so there's that. You can meet a lot of people there. You can get jobs there. So Twitter is really important. Right, it's really, really important. So yeah, so that's I think this should be, yeah, your tutors. Your tutors are Blessing Emma. So there's a link to your tutors here. So these are your tutors actually. So let it load. I think it's loading. Yeah. So these are your tutors. Kelvin, Ayola, Ephraim, Emmanuel, Blessing Emma, and Farilat, and Nancy, whoever that is. So Nancy, and yeah. So these are all your tutors, and their Twitter usernames are here. So yeah, you can check them out on Twitter if you like. I don't know if you can send them a DM. I don't know if you can send them a DM, but yeah, you can check them out on Twitter. Yeah. So I think we've come to the end. Yeah, that's the end. So thanks for your time. Let's go squash some bugs, because there are a lot of bugs out there. Everyone has some bugs that I've not checked out recently. Yeah. So there are a lot of bugs out there, and yeah, you can do us a favor by following us on Twitter at Blockchain OAU. Right, at Blockchain OAU. Do follow us on Twitter. We really appreciate it if you follow us on Twitter. So because Blockchain OAU is the entity, right, that is supporting this whole program. Yeah. And yeah, so time for questions and answers. If you have any question, now is the time to ask it. We're here live and direct, ready to answer your questions.
Yeah, thank you. So someone asked the question on the group.
Okay.
What was the correlation between data science, machine learning, and probably Web 2 and Web 3? Data science and machine learning, they are together, and then Web 2 and Web 3, they are together. So he's asking for probably correlation.
Okay, correlation. Honestly, I am not someone that is into data science, machine learning, and other stuff. So you can, yeah.
So data science is probably a pathway to machine learning. So some people will say you want to be a machine learning, probably a specialist. You should start from data analytics, then to data analytics where you analyze data, to data science where you build pipelines, to machine learning when you start building AI. So that's just, I would say, the correlation. So machine learning is heavier than data science, but you can move from data science to machine learning. And likewise for Web 2 and Web 3 as well. You notice that Nonce talked about Web 2 first before talking about Web 3. So you have to pass through Web 2 first before you go to Web 3. So Web 2 will lead you to Web 3. So, and is there any correlation? The major difference that I would just say, well, Nonce is our speaker for tonight.
So you're trying to shift it on me. Good one. So me, I can't really say anything much, but I do know in terms of relationship. The main place I've seen machine learning and being used currently, it's not machine learning. I would say it's AI. I know that currently the recent NFT drops, there have been some NFT drops that have been AI generated by individuals, right? So yeah, there's that correlation. And also for what do they call it? There's, for blockchain analytics, right? So when you talk about data science, right, and I think mainly data science, you should be able to apply it for to blockchain analytics just to find out behavior of different individuals by using their addresses to correlate with their real time with their real life activities. So you may be able to correlate that, okay, this person is doing this using this address, meaning that he is actually doing this in real life, stuff like that. I think it's a really really wide space, but to be honest, I'm more into web 2 and web 3. Data science and machine learning are places that I've not touched. Right, so yeah, so there's that. And any other question? Now it's time to ask questions. I was so fast. I thought that we're going to have a lot of questions. Yeah, whose hand is up? Okay, you're clapping.
Yeah, then I think someone asked what language are you probably proving the solidity
Mm-hmm.
in that question.
Was is it this? Where is he? Can you tell me the name? Was he here? The person?
Yeah, I think I saw a
Okay,
question earlier.
okay. I think someone raised this hand, but we'll get to you. For writing smart contracts, we'll be mostly focused. Okay, okay, it's not. Okay, okay. Oh, that's Emmanuel. Okay, okay. What language are we using for writing smart contracts? Yeah, solidity. Yeah, solidity. So who raised this hand? Was it Afolabi? So can you raise your hand again? Um, you can try using your hand again. I'll answer your question. Oh, that's surprising. For real, I was expecting a lot of questions. Oh, you were clapping. Okay. So I was really expecting a lot of questions. Alright, I think there's no need to push it. So I think I need to stop presenting. Yeah, so there's no need to push it. If you need anything, just ask in the group. We're ready to answer your question. And I think we've come to the end of today's program. Um, the tutors, do you guys have anything to add?
Yeah, then I will appreciate probably if the tutors can probably unmute themselves and probably give us 2 to 3 minutes conversation. Yeah, then some people ask, is it free or paid? Yeah, it's free.
It's free. It's free. There's
Like,
no. It's not
you
paid.
just need time and your dedication. So, and nobody is coming to scold you. Nobody will beat you. But like you said, you just have to be dedicated to anything you are learning. Even if you are studying for probably 5 hours a week, if the 5 hours is for 5 hours and that's the 5 hours that you use to dedicate to the program, not 5 hours that you use to sit down with your PC. Because you can be in front of your PC and probably press one for 30 minutes, learn what you are learning for another 45 minutes, and go back to tutor video for an hour again. But if you have probably a full 5 hours dedication, you really go far in this course. Then the last thing I would say, yeah, you said it correctly, build in public. So in Web3, you build in public. Believe me, people are watching you. Might not like, they won't even engage, they won't even do anything. They won't comment, but they are watching you. So just keep it and can take a screenshot of what you've done this month and probably day one of probably starting Web3 development with Blockchain OAU or an hashtag. Probably we have an hashtag for that. Then probably keep on posting like that every day or probably every week. And before you know it, you are already a boss. So that's everything I have to say from my end. You can see Blessing Emma, which is one of our tutor for this track.
Yeah. Listen, do you have anything?
Hi, good evening, everybody. Hope
Yeah.
we
Good
are good.
evening.
So, like Nonse and Latif have said a lot. So we are just the ball is in your own court, is in your court. We are just here to guide you, and I really hope that you all make use of this opportunity. We are available to help you in guiding you in any question that you have. Don't be shy to ask questions. And also, one thing that can help you a lot in your going on Twitter and tweeting about what you're learning, and also tagging us, the mentors and all the blockchain OAU for more discussions for us to iterate more quickly. By the end of 6 months, most people will drop out of this program. Yes, we know that. But we hope that for the few that will stay to the end of the program, we hope that your life will change and you get a job and you'll be able to, yeah, you'll be able to not say you have a question, and you'll be able to get a job and be able to say that yes, my life changed because I attended this boot camp. But all in all, the ball is in your court. So I wish you good luck in this your journey. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot. That was really nice. So yeah, would you sorry, sorry, let me not spell your name. Right? I don't know. So yeah, actually you need to start from Web 2 before you progress to Web 3. Right? You actually need to do that, because even if you go to Web 3, you will notice that there are Web 2 concepts you don't know, and you have to go back to Web 2 and try and learn them before you come back and all those stuff. So yeah, you're trying to start from Web 2 before you go to Web 3. But there are people that are really I think I've I think I've heard of persons that just went straight to Web 3. Although it take a very long time to grasp everything, right? But being a Web 2 kind of person, when you meet, yeah, there are some projects that you want to do, and when you come in contact with those projects, you understand that okay, um this part of the project is Web 2 and this part is Web 3. So you're able to understand everything fully, right? Than if you are just Web 3 and they're telling you about something that's fundamental about the internet and you don't know it, and they'll be like, are you actually a Web 3 developer? And they won't know that actually what they are mentioning is Web 2, but and there are stuff like that, right? So yeah, it's recommended you start from Web 2 to Web 3. But we're not beating you, we're not forcing you. You can go straight to Web 3. Nobody is, but do it at your own convenience, right? So yeah, there's that. So yeah, okay. I didn't need tutos. I didn't need tutos. And um,
Where's Kelvin?
yeah, I think Kelvin should be here.
Yeah, hello guys.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
the other instructors have said everything. Basically, your commitment and also engaging in them is quite essential. But what I would want to say in addition to what you said is please don't take the program for granted, right? Because it's free, you might like feel the good is not possible. It's essential you commit time to it and also make it a priority to learn. So whenever you're uneasy, please feel free to reach out to any of the mentors and to seek guidance regarding what you're going through or whatever may seem confusing to you. And trust me, the results will blow your mind every time. That would be my say.
Nice.
Okay, thank you. We are able to learn from you.
I don't think they are around. So Latif, maybe you can end the program so that they can all get started.
Yeah, so don't want to overrun. It's like 15 minutes after 7, and I want to make an apology for starting the recording late. I'm extremely very, very sorry for that. I think I started about 10 minutes after the class has started. So, but we still catch up with something. Then I'll drop probably some of the short things that I was able to note down from what Nancy has dished out this night. And yeah, thank you for joining this session and have a good night rest. Happy weekend from my side. Thank
Alright.
you and bye.
Yeah.